This is Thought Crimes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment. I only have one question.
Who the fuck you think you fucking with? I run shit here. You just live here.
I want to sing y'all a brand new song I just wrote called Don't Trust Them New Niggas Over There.
Now don't be a Negro, be my nigga. All right, help me out.
Hold on. I ain't nobody's nigga.
Well, I mean, you somebody's nigga wearing this nigga top.
Bitch ain't no legend. I'm the legend in this motherfucker. You can't be no legend and you 5 fucking years old. This motherfucker just called somebody a legend. Oh my.
We'll do it live. No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
What business are you in?
I make my bread and butter. I'm pushing.
What business are you in?
I make my bread and butter. I'm pushing. I'm pushing. I'm pushing. I'm pushing.
What business are you in?
I make my bread and butter.
Welcome to Thought Crimes, baby.
Welcome to Thought Crimes, everyone. This is your girl, Sin.
Yes. The beautiful music in the background. This is your man, Savage Solomon. And we have such a titillating topic to discuss today. The coup d'etat, or the overthrower of one Julius Caesar Drake. What is taking place right now, and the information that we have received firsthand behind the scenes. It's going to be beautiful. What do you think about that? The music in the background reminds me so much of how I don't care too much for the ghetto savage behavior.
Savage.
Yes.
We have to understand, when you have betrayal and a lick in your camp, you're going to be lynched in front of everyone.
Yes. And I think one Drizzy Drake from Canada, is it?
Yes,
Canada. From Canada, I think he undervalued and underestimated the spirit of the American Negro.
Yes, he did. Very arrogant. You would like a comfort? You want some tea?
Not some tea.
Okay.
No, I pour some Henny in it, like J.R. Smith. Okay, what's up, everybody? This is your man, Savage Solomon, along here with
Sincere.
Yo, here's the thing, folks. First and foremost, we're going to get right into the nitty-gritty here. We're going to get straight to the punch when it comes to what is taking place with Aubrey Graham and Drake. And we're going to bring forward some people, for the most part, who it appears to be a part of an industry coup d'etat. That is exactly what is taking place. That is what we're witnessing right now, an industry coup d'etat of one Drake, dethroning of Drake. And for all of you people who say, well, you know, the story passed for Drake, no, this is it. Side note, Partner Industry Insider has actually heard snippets of the track that Drake will be dropping more than likely today. And what I am told by him, and what they have told me as well, is that he's going for sonically the sound of Me Now and Ether, kind of hovering in that energy. Remember, if you paid attention to our live streams, and also I recently had a video uploaded here as well, how the Riddler Pusha T trapped Batman Drake. I said here, Sin and I both said that it's either Drake is going to completely collapse under pressure, or we're going to get a visibly agitated and angry Drake in a response. So that looks like what is coming down the pipe. And we're going to point out some things that some of you all may have not have noticed. So first and foremost, Drake is, can we say right now, is the biggest artist in rap music.
Yeah.
The biggest. Right?
You said that.
Yeah. How many collaborations has he done over the years?
He's done collaborations with everybody from Jay-Z to Rick Ross to the Migos, Future, YG, The Game. He's done collaboration. Kendrick, Cole, Meek.
Wow.
Right?
Oh, okay, so what is interesting,
Big
have you
Sean,
all...
A$AP Rocky.
Boy, girl, you can keep going with that, right? Have we noticed When Meek Mill was being drugged up and down social media and he was suffering at the hand of one Snowwalker Drizzy Drake, how everybody, for the most part, spoke on it.
Yeah, everyone talked about it.
Notice Drake is being drugged in hip-hop, on social media. We getting silence from, of course, Jay-Z, quiet. Rick Ross is quiet. A$AP Rocky, we're going to get into his situation a little later. Conflict of interest. Kanye West has spoken about it. And his right-hand hitman has executed the order, right? Lil Wayne has been quiet, but we get Nicki Minaj. She's talking.
Because she's the dumb one. But
Right.
continue. Continue.
Yep. Future, quiet. The Migos just had a song with him. Walk It Like I Talk It. Quiet. YG, quiet.
Everybody's quiet.
AIM is quiet. Nipsey Hussle,
Why are
quiet.
why are we getting
DJ Khaled, quiet.
Why are we getting third-rate people talking? Think about it. Like,
Yes.
who was it? The skinny, tall, light-skinned dude? Kid. Gutty. Gilly the Kid.
Oh, Gilly the Kid.
Why are we getting Gilly and those guys? Notice those are the only ones who are talking. But everybody who's collaborated with Drake, interestingly enough, they're not speaking about it. But everybody was speaking about Meek Mill getting dragged.
Yeah. And for those people who say, well, I don't know about all that. What does that have to do with anything? Absolutely everything. The night Pusha T, and this is for a lot of you no-tips and broke tips who love this type of stuff. I'm going to give you a little bit of it because I do pay attention to a lot of different things when it comes to energy. The strength of Pusha T's record, he released it on May 29th. May 29th was a full moon. All right? And he released it right after, what's the boy's name? I'm forgetting him right now. Psych, I'm joking. Right after Drake released his I'm Upset. And on the cover of the art, he had a full moon, right? He was like, this is going to be a red moon. This is going to be a blood moon. Pusha T actually releases his response, the story of Adidon, on a full moon. Pusha T and his brother, even though he's a Christian, talked about spirit cooking. They talked about all of this stuff. I'm just getting into this as well. What I'm saying here, folks, we are witnessing not only a coup d'etat, but a ritual killing. All right? Everything is moving in succession against Drake. He's pretty much been destabilized. All of his artists, all of these associates, all of these friends of his have not spoken and come to his aid or defense. 2 Chainz says nothing. YG says nothing. The Game had a song on 100. Jay-Z, if you come to my city, I'll give you a vest and all of this. Remember all of that? Silence. Why is that?
Because there's no friends in the industry. And when you're someone like Drake, who was overly arrogant, overly confident, and he wasn't noticing a lot of the major leaks in his camp, because he has leaks. He has leaks everywhere. He has so many fucking leaks. There's no way that ship is still afloat. That's how many leaks Drake's has in his camp. On top of a lot of the people he collaborated with, most of them don't like him. Big Sean don't like him. A$AP Rocky, even if he do, he's out for his own skin. And I do believe that A$AP Rocky snitch. He could try to backtrap or step it or whatever he wants, but I believe he snitched. We'll get into that, like Prince said, later. But everyone is paying attention, from Meek Mill to Jay-Z, Rick Ross. Everyone is silent about it. That's in Rock Nation and good music.
And association, proximity of even the people who walk around with the rock chains on Def Jam.
And people who are associates of both camps are all quiet because they're taking down Drizzy Drake.
And I want to go to some of the points here as well. And when we say ritual killing, we're not talking about the blood sacrifice. Oh, you follow me? We're not talking about in the physical sense. We're talking about in the spiritual career industry
Musical.
sense. The Last Moon stated that if you're going to make a move pertaining to your career, now is the time. Pusha T made the move pertaining to his career. Now was the time. He was being mentioned on the NBA Finals last night. Pusha T, right? They were talking about all this stuff. What we're saying here is that Drake is being dethroned. It's a concerted effort. It is a industry coup d'etat as we stand. And we've been sitting on a lot of this information. We told y'all snippets before it went down when we said Drake was going to have his last dance. A lot of you all didn't know what we was talking about, but we were giving you that fact.
Absolutely, we were giving you that fact, and it's very important to understand. This is why you need to know who your friends are. Drake, as cunning as he thought he was, let's go back memory lane. Remember when Jay-Z allegedly made up with Drake and they were over the stream wars, and Diddy and them were giving Drake advice? Man, Drake, you getting played, man. You getting played by Apple. You know, you need to do a new...
That's crazy. You should come over here where we at.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. I mean, it's Canada, it's Brooklyn. What's up?
You need a new deal. That money, they already made up, allegedly. The streaming wars are past, all that, right? They were saying, hey, Drake, you need to get a better deal. So who does Drake cross in the attempt to get a better deal?
Oh, snap. He did that to me?
Jimmy
okay.
Iovine. Right?
There you go.
Jimmy Iovine.
Now,
interesting.
That name, Jimmy Iovine, look, if we go back to 50 Cent when he was at his height, 50 Cent dropped a track called Smile, and he said, I told Jimmy Iovine's ass to shut the fuck up. And I remember I was talking to homeboys in the barbershop. I says, well, as far as music goes, that's it for that nigga. And he said, wait a minute, bro, what you talking about? 50, like, he like, come on, man, he going. I'm like, nah, don't work that way. And 50 later on conceded, but he talked around. But he was like, yo, Interscope is like, they're not pushing my projects. I felt they dropped the ball with Curtis. I felt they dropped the ball with some of my subsequent albums. Before I Self-Destruct, a lot of those things. Even 50 Cent, by the time he got to Before I Self-Destruct, he said, Games told me, fuck 50 and Dre ain't say shit. So, that being said, there is a war that does take place in hip-hop. A lot of people don't believe it. I know we get stuck in our lane. There are cabals, there are cliques, there are sets, just like there are in your neighborhood or on your job. It's like that in the industry. And the same names keep floating up. Even the fact that Meek Mill, earlier this year, said, oh, yeah, I'm open to working on a track with Drake. Yeah, man, yeah. It's no thing, right? Then all of a sudden, you're quiet. As Drake is being drowned right now. It's a coup d'etat. Whether they like to look at it as that, not what you think. Even if Drake, from what we hear, inside source said he had a chance to listen to the response trait. He says Drake is going in. Drake is going in, and he said the snippet he heard, Kanye West is getting a bulk of Drake's wrath. I mean, Drake is real personal, right? And he said the instrumental that Drake is rapping over is not the type of instrumental we're used to hearing him over. And I said this before. I said we're either going to get a Drake that's going to completely collapse under pressure, or we're going to get an angry Drake. Think about it. They put Blackface out, boy. They put his baby out there. They fucked up his deal. They fucked up his money, his album rollout campaign. He's going to get personal. He's going to get very angry. He's shook. He's pissed off. So we're going to see that energy from Drake. Here's the thing. This is the brilliance of Pusha T's campaign. Even if he comes back with an all-out aerial assault and go kamikaze and crash into the fucking Good Music building as it stands, the blackface will always be there. And even if some of these guys are not speaking because they've made deals, or they were, what I hear is, don't say anything, Drake is about to get it, let it be, let the fight happen. Some of these other guys are pulling out because they see that blackface and that's rubbed them the wrong way. So there's a couple things that are happening here. But Drake is going to try a kamikaze all-out aerial assault because he has to try to, at the very least say, I at least got one good one in.
And some of you are saying, well, why Drake? This is unfair. You know, people do dirty shit in the industry. Drake is not the biggest in the business. Let me tell you why. A lot of people feel that Drake is a hindrance in the music industry because he sucks up so many people's talent and their style. Big Sean had an issue with Drake because of this. Kendrick Lamar had an issue with Drake because Drake dissed Kendrick Lamar over the Control verse, which it was just supposed to be in jest, but Drake took it really serious, and Drake and Kendrick have never been cool since then. Then you go into other guys, like even if you go into the like XXXTentacion, where a lot of people, whether they liked him or XXXTentacion or not, they did not like the fact that Drake obviously took that boy's record and then tried to put it on his playlist album. People didn't like that. Pusha T doesn't like Drake because he just doesn't like nobody on Young Money, Cash Money, because of his loyalty, of course, to Pharrell and that whole situation with Baby that happened a long time ago, but also his allegiance to Roc Nation and Good Music. So you have a long list, actually. Even most of the people that Drake has collaborated with before who don't like him, from Rick Ross to Meek Mill to Big Sean, as we stated before. And Drake's arrogance really blinded him from looking at all the people who were surrounding him who did not like him, but were tolerating him until this done.
They were tolerating him because of his position.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know what? I can't really make a move right now. What did Joe Budden say? Joe Budden didn't say too much, but he said when he was dissing Drake, a lot of industry cats, a lot of certain rappers, a lot of certain artists, they went to him behind the scenes and said, yo, you got a good one in. That's what I'm talking about. They've been waiting to dethrone Drake for a while. J. Cole hasn't said anything.
And they supposed to be best friends. Remember when Drake went at the Meek Mill back to back,
right,
and he had Cole on stage like, man, I will be at your wedding. If I had a girl right now and I was gonna marry you, be at my wedding, Cole. Cole, you my best friend, Cole.
It appears Drake has used all of those cards up. Now, if anybody paid attention to any of the Godfather series, any film within the Godfather series, this is exactly what's taking place. So even if Drake decides to come back and, again, he does a kamikaze aerial assault, he's going to crash into Good Music building because there's just not enough to go on Pusha T. He hasn't been visible enough by himself outside the clips, and there's just not enough dirt on him to completely wash him. So why not crash into the fucking Good Music building? Why not? Give him a hit 'em up scenario. Why not? They haven't really felt a hit 'em up record of this era in a long time. And another thing, from what I'm told behind the scenes, is that Pusha T, when he put out that tweet about the $100,000 y'all trying to find scale, he's bullshitting. Although Pusha T, he can't really find no dirt on the nigga.
You can't really find no dirt on Pusha
But
T.
he's still antagonizing Drake.
Because he's the assassin.
Right. Now, this is a part of the campaign of Good Music. Remember, Pusha T is the president of Good Music. Remember, all this still ties into dividends. He touched it on Funkmaster Flex. He says also Drake is going to be irritated by the real estate when it comes to the music lane because he was supposed to have the runway. Drake was supposed to drop Scorpion. It's supposed to be Drake's season. It to be Drizzy's season, but you got Good Music in a way. So you mean to tell me you got the president of Good Music making a very vitriolic diss record and having one of the strongest campaigns dethroning Caesar of hip-hop right now, and telling me Kanye West is quiet? He's been talking about everything else. All the other artists are quiet. Big Sean, 2 Chainz, everybody else is, because there's an agreement made.
Now listen here. This is very important to understand. Think about this. Are people really thinking that Pusha T is really just going after Drake just to clean up the runway? It's bigger than that. Pusha T isn't dumb. He's the assassin. So when he goes on the radio shows, he's going to say, I'm cleaning up the runway. Drake came after me with 1 stone, 2 birds and all this stuff. It's the Baby situation. I never money, even though that's partially true about the Young Money, Cash Money thing. This, that, and the third. I'm just doing this all by myself. Lyrically, he is. The bars, he is. But no, there's a campaign. And the reason why they chose Pusha T to be the face of that campaign is, 1, he has a clean background. Everybody already knows his dirt. He already talked about how he used to sell coke, so that's not a big thing. So that's canceled out, right? Pusha T has nothing for people to really find in his background. That's why he's smugged about it. Pusha T is so smug because he knows there's nothing that Drake can find in his history that Drake can use against him, which is why from Roc Nation to Good Music, Pusha T was the perfect assassin.
Pusha T is the professional. He's the hitman. He's clean. He doesn't really have an identity in a sense of you can't trace him down. You can't do this, that, and third. You can't air Pusha T out like you can do a Meek Mill. You can't air Pusha T out like you can do a Tory Lanez.
Or Kanye West.
Right, but you goddamn right. Now, the generals are silent, though.
Mm-hmm.
The assassin is handling the dirty work. Let me dump this bitch off in the trunk real quick.
Yep.
And then let me throw the gloves away. Right? That's what's really taking place. And the fact that Pusha is so clean in this regard, and he is the hitman. Make no mistake. This motherfucker was given this information. He is executing a plan.
Given information.
Right? Think about that. This is the reason why, and I want to say this real quick. That is why Drake, in his response, he's going to go up, he's going to do a Hail Mary, and he's going to crash into good music. He's going to crash into the music as a staff, record label, as a motherfucking crew.
That's where we go to Caesar. That's where we go to the Caesar campaign, right? You said information. Pusha T was information. Where did Pusha T get this information for? Did he pay people? Did Drake have leaks in his camp? That's one. And there's people that Drake thought he was cool with that weren't really fucking cool with him. Let's go to the first alleged leak, A$AP Rocky.
Yeah, A$AP Rocky, he recently came out and said in a tweet, like, y'all stop, get off the fuck shit, this, that, and the third. But A$AP Rocky looks up to Kanye West. That's his.
Yes, it is.
Where would his allegiance lean to? And hasn't he loosely accused Drake of off of him in the past?
Yes, he has. Just like Cudi, just like everybody else who has worked with Drake, who was cool with Drake at first, but then eventually had issues with Drake. Why? Because like Prince and I stated, Drake made too many enemies, and that include A$AP Rocky. So he came in like, oh, get me out of this, leave me out of this. I have nothing to do with this. Nope. A$AP Rocky, you have something to do with it.
Of course you're going to save face. Of course you're going to save face. Again, y'all have to take a look at this. You mean to tell me Pusha T was able to get some dirt on Drake? Somebody was able to give him some information? Drake, with all the long money he has, he can't find shit on Pusha T? Or is it just orchestrated that way? Remember now, the goal is to get Drake the fuck up out of here. He is the ruler of hip-hop that a lot of motherfuckers have been complaining about behind the scenes. I know we see a lot of things, even the fan side of Drake. So why not send in the assassin, Pusha T, with the information? People's like, oh, I think they figured it out. Nah, this was all concerns and effort. And then now what's going on? Kanye West's album is rolling out.
And everybody's saying it's a classic.
Come on.
Everybody's saying Kanye album is a classic. This is why Drake is Caesar. Remember, Drake went to Wyoming. Drake thought he was going to be working on some music with Kanye, right? Isn't that what Drake thought? Why the hell would you go to Wyoming if you didn't think you was going to be putting down some music? Drake was very arrogant. They tried to make it out as if they needed Drake. They wanted to be unassuming. When they stabbed that damn knife in his gut and his back, just like what happened to Jon Snow on Game of Thrones, they set him up and he fell for the trap when he responded to the assassin Pusha T.
Kanye West flew a good portion of the industry to Wyoming. Mm-hmm. That means a good portion of the industry in Wyoming have sided with Kanye. Good music. And even if we extend to the likes of Roc Nation and Jay-Z, it's all the same camp. Look, y'all, it's always the same camp. Everybody, for the most part, is still beefing with OVO and to a greater extent, Young Money, Cash Money Records. It's the same beefing with each other. But people are focused on just Pusha T, just Drake, and look who they are associated with.
Like you stated, it's not just Drake either. That's why Baby and Wayne are quiet. That whole Slim, Nicki's just dumb. So anyone bring up, Nicki don't know shit what's going on. Nicki, she in her own little world. That's why she talking. She don't know what's going on. Baby and Slim, the rest of them are quiet because like Prince stated, it's not just Drake they have an issue with. They have an issue with Baby, with that whole camp there, Birdman / Baby. I know he got two names, Slim. They have an issue with that whole camp. So it's not just Drake, which is why Baby and Slim are quiet right now as well. The only person in the camp who's talking because they don't know any better and they don't even know what's going on is Nicki. Nicki shouted out Jay-Z in one of her latest songs. It's like, Nicki, the dude you claim to be friends with that you just defended, which is Drake, and you still trying to defend Drake, is being played by the same guy who are admiring, Jay-Z.
And I want to bring up a hidden figure in the room. Shouts out to Houston. Love y'all. But Jay Prince, at this stage, they're not concerned with Jay Prince. there's too much industry force moving forward with this. There is a coup d'etat. That's why it's called a coup d'etat. All of these niggas have come together behind the scenes. Ones that are silent are complicit. And they're ready for Drake to be dethroned. The head is being taken off. What did Pusha T open up the fucking song with? Head off and what? The body will fall.
Yes.
He's basically saying, you're the last bitch over there at Cash Money. You're the last one over there. You're the one too. Mm-hmm. So we're going to cut you off. So you mean to tell me all of these motherfuckers have flown out, all of these industry insiders, all of these niggas that they were cool with Drake are siding with a Pusha T? You wait a minute, we was just mad at Kanye West about the Trump shit, but the industry niggas are still fucking with him and good music? And we're seeing throughout Pusha T's assassin assault of Drake, he keeps referencing directly, indirectly, and subliminally Jay-Z.
Very important for people to understand. You're probably saying, well, what about Future? What about Migos? Migos is supposed to be going on tour with Drake, right? Here's the thing. OGs always have more so than somebody you like or somebody you was making money with, right? So if the Migos, right? Because some of the Migos OGs are a part of Rock Nation. Not all of them, but some, right? So if your OGs go to you and privately said, hey, continue out, up making your money with... finish making your money with Drake with this tour, whatever. I'm telling you behind the scenes, what's going to happen to this dude? He's getting taken out. He's done in the music industry. We taking him out. They are going to listen no matter how much money they were making with Drake before or if they were cool with each other. Because in this industry, you have no friends. Again, in this industry, you have no friends. It's about how much power you acquire to keep you safe. And if that power is to crumble, you will be taken out.
It's very simple, too, as well, is that Drake has been basically an iron-fisted ruler in hip-hop. And I know people may say, well, he ain't in hip-hop. Technically, he is. Technically, he is. I mean, by the visual sonic aesthetics, he is hovering in the space of hip-hop. You know, J. Cole is a peaceable type cat. You know, he don't really want no issues with anybody like that. I mean, he might spray Kanye a little bit, but it was more of a disappointment track, the same way Nas, when he did the track for Nas. You know, I let Nas down. It wasn't really a diss record.
Could have been orchestrated to make everybody seem like there's tension.
Yeah, and for people, here's the thing about it. This is what you guys don't understand. For some of the comments we get online and some of the private messages we've got, this is the most effective assault from Drake. And that's why I said, we're going to get a very angry Drake in a response track, and I guarantee you he's going to crash that fucking OVO plane into the good music building. All right? That's what the fuck he's about to do. He has nothing else left at this point. He has nothing. Even for some of the people saying, oh, the media is trying to help him. Of course the media is trying to help him. But we're talking about in the space of rap music. Pusha T, the assassin known as Pusha T, has done shit that no motherfucker has done, right? So even if Drake get one in with his ether-like You Can Hate Me Now track where he's spazzing out on, let's say he gets on it, which I'm told he starts shitting on, I fucked Kim Kardashian, I did this, that, he just started dragging. Boom, number one. People are already riding Kanye West's music right now. We already see it. And we told y'all when we always all talking about Kanye West, this, that, we said when the album drops, even though we have our criticism, most of you niggas or the people in the industry are going to be on Kanye West's dick again because the music speaks louder than anything else. So when he comes out and he's going to bring Kanye West into this, right? That's not going to work because Kanye West already just caught a wave right now. Secondly, even if he gets one in, the blackface shit that Pusha T put out there, that left a bad taste in a lot of black folks' lives and mouths, and also even some of the white fans, whoever the fuck that may be comfortable with seeing something like that. So now Drake has been cornered into a position where we're going to get a very angry Drake, but guarantee he's going to make a kamikaze Hail Mary pass.
And this is very important. Nicki was just taken out, not completely, but she was taken out, didn't want no revives. Everybody in Young Money had to be taken out, even if it was somewhat or completely. Drake is going to be completely. Now, let's talk about Remy Ma.
Yeah.
Whether you like Remy Ma or not, she's a fucking MC, and she put the dagger in the heart of Nicki Minaj.
Broke her back.
bleeding.
She banged her
She
ass.
broke Nicki fucking back. And this just shows you Nicki is dumb. Because Nicki don't know shit that's going on. She is dumb. Now, you also had the Migos. Migos attacking Nicki. Why? Why Migos and Cardi? Why all these people coming after Nicki?
Yeah, what y'all niggas doing?
They wanted to cripple Nicki, maybe because they're biased because she's a woman, maybe because to some degree they don't want to completely take it off because Nicki actually might have options with Drake and is taken out and what happens to Young Money, Cash Money. Nicki may, and it's only a may, she may, and it's a little may, she may have other options after this. But as of now, she had to be put on the sidelines, so there's no way Drake or Young Money or Cash Money can get out of it. They needed to stop all trains. So Nicki train was also stopped. And again, Nicki's dumb. At least Drake was stupid too, but now he's like, oh shit. Nicki's dumb. She still don't know what's going on. That's why she's still talking.
Well, here's the thing about it. We talked about Nicki Minaj. For the most part, as it stood when she released Chung Lee and Barbie Tings, she hadn't been completely taken out of the game.
Exactly.
She survived it. She did survive it. So if y'all read the graphic novel Nightfall, after Bane broke Bruce Wayne's back, he got a chance to chill in the wheelchair and think about some shit. That's what Nicki Minaj is right now. And of course she's gonna say something about Drake. That's her homeboy. That's her partner. They come on, they've been together for a long time. They homeboys, they homegirls. That's their friend.
Sorry,
but
Nicki.
what we're saying is this though, Drake is going to be taken out of this game. Even like I said, when he releases this diss record, he has right now Friday. You something tonight. After Friday, it's done for him. But Friday is key night, June 1st. A lot of power plays are made in some associated areas of these times, right? June 1st. We've seen it's March, April, May, June, July. We see a lot of weird shit happen in the industry around this time. So Drake will be responding, trust me, and he's going to be doing a kamikaze aerial assault. But what Nicki fails to realize, even if she's aware of these things, campaign, when you look at everything overall, we have Remy Ma go over to Rock Nation, but she released a scathing track,
Sheether,
taking the head bitch out the game, for just crippling her at the very most. Crippling her, because Nicki Minaj hasn't been looked at as the same. You tell me you niggas really believe that Drake is going to slide through this blackface shit unscathed and Nicki Minaj got scraped up from a fucking diss track? Think about that. So, Nicki Minaj has been crippled in that sense. She can still sell her things. She'll still be able to tour. She'll still be able to eat.
She may even in the future sign over to Rock Nation. It still may be open for her.
So, now that she's been removed, Remy Ma did her thing. Remy Ma, and what did she tell you?
Remy Ma did her job.
Remy Ma, she's another fucking assassin. What did she say? I that spot like that. I'm cool. Look at Pusha T. Pusha T don't want to be in Drake's spot.
No, he doesn't.
Remy Ma didn't want to be in Nicki Minaj's spot.
No, she didn't.
They were executed in order.
There
all
you
right?
go.
Move these niggas out the way.
Think about this. Why after when she signs the Rock Nation, all of a sudden she goes and fucks up Nicki? She could have fucked up Nicki before she signed the Rock Nation.
All right, so see, Nicki Minaj is out of the way. That way, when they go for Drake's head, it can't be resuscitated with a powerful Nicki Minaj. So now we got a cool Nicki Minaj defending a hurt Drake.
Now let's go to Rihanna. People say, oh, what does Rihanna has to do out of it? Because Rihanna said, keep my name out of it. I don't got anything to do with this. I got a billionaire that I'm with. Leave me alone, right? So where does Rihanna come in there? First of all, Rihanna and Nicki stopped being friends a while ago. Rihanna was supportive of who? Any fucking female who was against Nicki. Rihanna sided with Remy. Rihanna sided with Cardi. Mm-hmm. Right? Rihanna and Nicki have some issues, right? Mm-hmm. So that friendship been burned for a while. And then we go over to Rihanna and Drake, man, right? Rihanna, they had some hits together, man. They had on and off again relationship, man. Everybody thought Rihanna and Drake was going to get married. Didn't happen. How do people don't even know. What if Rihanna came back to her crew? Her crew is Rock Nation. That's her family. Bay, Jay, that's her crew, right? Who's to say that Rihanna didn't bring back some info? Because she has issues with Drake anyway. She says Drake is a liar. And he's not the person that everybody believes that he is, which has come out with the dirt Pusha T put out on him. So that's where Rihanna falls in. She hasn't been, if people been paying attention, first she hasn't been cool with Nicki for a while, even longer than Drake. And then recently she puts out the statement about Drake. I just out of nowhere. Remember, she's on.
It was random. She usually doesn't do this shit. She's usually private about these types of matters.
Rihanna is usually a private person, and all of a sudden she comes out and said, Drake, we ain't friends, we ain't enemies, we nothing.
You the Roman soldier that just stuck Jesus in his side. Goddamn.
Told Drake we nothing.
I'm telling you all this. We're being very precise with this for information and things that we know about, all right? They are taking Drake's head off. Think about this, you all. Remy Ma released a brutal assault on Nicki Minaj for 7 fucking minutes. She raped that bitch in a prison cell.
She did.
That's what she did, right?
She those 7 minutes of
whoa,
pain.
Whoa, hold on now. But then there's a second aerial assault. There's a second wave, one Cardi B. The whole industry was moving against Nicki Minaj through Cardi B.
Yes, they were.
Now that Nicki Minaj is incapacitated to a degree, again, she's not completely done, but she's not where she once was. Even her fans have to acknowledge that. Now, where do we go? We go after Drake.
It's time to go after Drake. Again, very important. Nicki is moved not because the industry desperately want Nicki Minaj gone. You have to remember that. That's not what we're saying. Drake is the target. Drake is the target. But Nicki had to be crippled, so there's no way she could help Drake in any way. Because at this point, we all have to admit Nicki does not have the power to help Drake now. She doesn't. She's been crippled. She's out of it. She's not like, oh, she can't make no money. She can still make hits. But guess what? Her album moved back too. Y'all forgetting that.
Back to August, right?
Nicki,
we gotta move back to August, right?
Nicki moved her album back to August, which gives a lot of room to fuck up Drake.
Oh, he getting cut up in the process, baby.
That gives a lot of room for Drake to get cut up and Nicki to be able to put out her album in August.
Oh, and then also, now let's go back to the original camps. What did the Pusha T? What did the Assassin Creed Pusha T just say? Oh yeah, me and Ross some things. We forget Ross earlier this year, didn't he go after Birdman?
He did. Yes.
Same camps.
Rick Ross came and a lot of other people went straight after Baby. They went straight after Baby because they already knew Lil Wayne was done. Nobody has to take out Wayne. Wayne is done. Baby did that era when he hurt himself when he did that.
We're telling you all right now, we're not giving you that bullshit about who's the devil, who's Baphomet and all that. We're telling you exactly what's taking place.
One more important thing to say. Everyone has to remember this. Cash Money is the reason why Lil Wayne could not sign to Roc Nation.
There you go.
It's very important for people to mention that because we have our personal issues with Wayne and all that, but this is not the point. We're explaining shit to y'all. Roc Nation wanted Lil Wayne. They was going to try to resuscitate him. Rick Ross and there's other people in the industry that have sympathy and empathy for Wayne, and they like Wayne. So they was going to get him over to Roc Nation. Who blocked that? Young Money. And also, who was also blocking the collaborations with Wayne and Tidal? Drake, when he was supportive of Apple. When he was supportive of Jimmy Iovine. Remember that performance of Wayne that was on Tidal that was blocked because of Drake and Jimmy. People don't forget that type of shit.
What the game is. I know, look, let me tell you something. Hip-hop fans, I love us, but sometimes we can be very fucking slow. Sometimes shit is happening all in one space, same players, and we miss everything because we focus on the haircut. Okay? So, the energetic force, from what I'm told about Drake's diss record, is going to be the likes of Hate Me Now. That's the type of energy he's bringing. Of course he's going to bring that. You fucked with his child, you fucked with his money, and you fucked with his image. We're not going to get a calm Drake. Back-to-back Drake was a cocky Drake. He didn't even put Meek Mill's name in the verse, right? No, we're going to get an agitated, angry Drake. All right? Future has said nothing. The Migos has said nothing. Drake is out here by himself. We can't even get a strong Nicki Minaj where we can go hide up under her titties. She up there flirting with melted face Eminem. She done.
Nicki's too focused on trying to generate a little bit of controversy
to
get her album going in August.
She's distracted.
And again, out of all this, Nicki in the Young Money, Cash Money camp, she is the slowest. The girl is really self-centered. She don't know what's going on, but technically she don't really have to, because once all this is said and done, then she might be able to get her career on, because like Prince said, Nicki's a question mark. She was crippled to get out of the way, but that doesn't mean that the industry may not resuscitate her after Drake is taken out, after Young Money and Cash Money has been destroyed.
Look at this.
You know, they may do something with Nicki, but as of now, she's put on ice.
They did an overkill with Nicki, like they're doing an overkill with Drake right now. If you don't believe me, pay attention and watch. And after it's all done, y'all can come back and leave your comments, blah, 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 blah. We're going to move the fuck on, all right? We have lives to live, but we're just telling you what it is. After you get done with a fucking Buster Douglas knockout from a crazy, deranged, lyrically incessant, ferocious nigga like Remy Ma, they do an overkill on Nicki with Cardi B. They got Remy Ma to kill Nicki on the lyrical side, and they got Cardi B to kill Nicki on the pop side. What are they doing right now? They're spraying Drake up and down on the lyrical side by way of an Assassin's Creed Pusha T, and then on the pop side, we got the Good Music campaign rolling out. They trying to shut this nigga down.
And they're sick of him. No, but be honest, they really are tired of him. He got in the way of the business of Tidal. He got in the way of artists like Kid Cudi, even though to be fair, that's not completely true, because Kid Cudi was on drugs and still going through with that issue. But Big Sean felt slighted by Drake. He felt that Drake took his shit and lifted it completely. By the time Big Sean did a Salad album, everybody said, fuck that album, Big Sean, because Drake already did it. He already did that album years ago. Which technically, you didn't stand up for yourself. You didn't say anything. You didn't tell the public. But at that time, people felt Drake was in a powerful position. So all the people he lifted from, most of them at that time did not say anything, except for people like Drum, Expectation, you know, all the people that didn't really know better. Some people who are really talented that didn't know what was the power behind Drake at the time. But all these people who are connected to Good Music, Rock Nation, they know what took place. They know the energy that Drake has been sucking up. And also when he did that deal with Apple and Jimmy and he was fucking up the money Tidal, there's major issues.
All the OGs, like let's be, y'all go ahead and name right now. Not talking about lyricists. We're not talking about who you think is a dope rapper from Timbuktu, New Jersey, or Timbuktu, New York, or whatever. I'm talking about right now, who are the real OGs in the game right now? I want real OGs in the game. Jay-Z's OG in the game. We gotta be real. Puff Daddy's an OG in the game. Neutral nigga. You know, he shows up on Instagram talking about God. It is what it is for the most part. But
he's a part of the hit too.
But look who he leans more to. Even we're talking about a hip hop alumni. He's in the class of Jay-Z. Has Jay-Z and Drake's relationship been the best, Sin?
Not at all. Not at all. Jay-Z wanted Drake to come over to Tidal, and Drake didn't do it. That's one. Drake was also actively blocking music and doing certain things against Tidal. That's when the issue started to become serious.
Notice with the camps, T.I. ain't try to give Drake no lob. Snoop Dogg, what are they saying?
They all quiet.
They all quiet.
Why are they all quiet?
Pay attention. We got the biggest nigga in rap getting his head taken off. Everybody's quiet. When it was Meek Mill, people were free to talk.
When it was Sheetha, everybody was talking.
People were free to talk. It's like all the niggas with some power and fame have signed an NDA right now.
Yep.
Everybody's quiet. That's why I said it with hip-hop niggas. Sometimes we're great, but sometimes we're slow. Everybody's quiet. What is this non-disclosure agreement that has been signed with all of these niggas, Drake's contemporaries, who have remained silent as Drake is getting drugged right now?
Also, 50 ain't a part of it, so it doesn't matter. Like, 50 is talking because 50 is focused on movies and shit.
He's outside that circle.
Yeah, he's outside that circle.
They're free to talk.
Yeah, 50 is free to talk. He's not a part of Rock Nation. He's not a part of Good Music. He's not associates of it. He's not somebody who's been slighted by Drake. So he's free to talk. So yeah, what 50 does is not important to what's taking place here.
Another thing about it too, that's a great point that people are not understanding is that even if you're talking about 50 Cent and Ja Rule, they both eventually agreed on something that it was disrespectful, and then that Drake is holding an L. Again, all of these guys who was always shouting up Drake, this, that, and third, they're not even commenting on it. It's not even commenting on it. All right, Rick Ross is silent. I know they had issues, but I mean, goddamn, the Meek, no Instagram posts from any of these niggas.
In fact, right now they got ghosts talking about Nicki again. I mean, I don't know how that flared up again, but that's being talked about again.
It's almost like they're trying to step on a roach that they saw breathing. No, think about it. Like Nicki, and think about Nicki Minaj. And we've talked about Nicki Minaj. I was about to girl Mickey Mouse Minaj, but we've talked about Nicki Minaj in a sense, like it ain't no fucking hate. Again, all of these celebrities, we don't fucking hate these people like that. We're telling you what it is. We're gonna move on with our fucking lives.
Absolutely.
But think about Nicki Minaj when she's putting out some cryptic tweets. It's like they're trying to destroy me. From her perception, maybe that is the case, what she's dealing with, right? She's giving these, like, you saw the weird Instagram posts. She's acting very cryptic. They know what's going on. There's a concerted effort. There is a coup d'etat taking place right now. And remember, all of these niggas.
Khaled is a part of it too.
Khaled had the Drake on all of his records. He was always shouting Drake. You couldn't get Khaled's big mouth to shut. All of a sudden, he's silent as a church mob? Think about this, you all. It's like when Julius Caesar walked into the last meeting and everybody was quiet before it went down. Mm-hmm. Everybody's quiet. And that's what I said, sometimes with hip-hop niggas, a bit short-sighted. Same shit reoccurring through different individuals and personalities, but they're tied to a greater order or different teams and cabals, but we never overlap and put the shit together. Niggas online talking about who's fucking who or who sucked, but we're looking at the cabals. I'm looking at the same teams clashing with each other.
Absolutely. Like someone said, think of it as the red wedding, or when Jon Snow got stabbed. Now, the only difference is those people, Robb Stark and Jon Snow, was actually considered to be noble men. In this industry, as we told all of you, most 99% are not noble men. It's anti-hero, bad guy, evil. That's it. So Drake isn't a good guy either. He's just getting destroyed. That's it. I mean,
that's all it is. It's a regime change.
It's a regime change. That's it.
It's a changing of the guards. Right now, what we're witnessing, and I'll be goddamn, by way of you have Kanye West creating all of this noise. After all of that noise is created, we create bigger noise by getting rid of Drake.
Yeah, I will have to say this also put into question what is going on with Kanye. Can we trust what's going on with Kanye after this now? No. I don't know. All that shit he talked, it all could have been lies.
We'll created some noise.
We'll see.
Yeah. So, I mean, you all pay attention to it. The biggest nigga getting drugged right now, head taken off. Come on, when Nas and Jay-Z went at it, when 50 and Ja went at it, everybody was free to talk. After this situation, it's like niggas have signed an NDA behind the scene. We're not going to speak on it. The boy about to get it. Stay out of it. That's what I see. And that's what we've been told too as well from certain people. Then there's other cats who don't like the blackface shit. They're just not going to be vocal about it. Again, anytime somebody comes forward and they feel like they'll take a picture with your ass, they may even say, yeah, I fuck with such and such. But they ain't going to tell you, I hate your ass. And if you get a nigga like a Joe Budden or a Pusha T that come out against somebody that there are people behind the scenes who have universally hated this motherfucker. They're going to get the pat on the back like, damn, bro, you did it. That's what I'm talking about, man. I couldn't really say nothing. You know what I'm saying? But nigga, you did it.
Jay-Z and Kanye West could be back on good terms already. Who the fuck knows? Who knows? I mean, that Zaytoven track with Rick Ross, T.I., and Pusha T.
And Yo
Gotti, they kept referencing Jay-Z and Kanye West in a positive tone. They kept mentioning Rock Nation and good music. Either, there's one or two theories for me, my personal opinion. Either they're trying to get Jay-Z and Kanye West back on good footing to get them back to being brothers, or They're already mended whatever took place behind the scenes with them, and they're moving forward, but not letting the public know yet that they're cool again. For me personally, my theory is either or.
Yeah, I mean, come on, like we gotta be real. Pusha T, the most unsuspecting assassin to take away from his lyrical prowess. But goddamn, Sin, if that wasn't a Maverick card, I don't know what was.
I agree.
Would you have said 2-3 years ago that Pusha T was going to end Drake's career?
No, I mean, I wouldn't even thought that Kanye West would go after Drake because we did a video before where we thought that Kanye West was Julius Caesar. I mean, not Julius Caesar, Judas. We mean Judas. We said called Judas because what he did with the whole title thing and stuff like that. And they may still have issues, but it's mighty interesting that all these people who have so-called issues with each other are all jumping on Drake. That's interesting.
Drake was supposed to drop his joint the other day, but he couldn't do it because the Cavs game. That took.
Yeah, J.R. Smith.
We had a goofy ass J.R. Smith playing for the Warriors. God, I don't even want to get into it. But anyway, props to the Warriors for taking advantage of an opportunity because in that last overtime quarter, they just took advantage of it.
They destroyed the heart and the mind of the one of the greatest basketball player right now, which is LeBron James. 51 points and a bloody eye.
He had one eye and walking out with a merce.
Damn.
Godly. You saw him. Yeah, but anyway, I don't want to get into that.
Oh, you mean with them short shorts and that?
Yeah,
that
man,
was
come
funny.
on.
He put his shades
You looking
on.
like Madeline. Where you going, nigga? Where's your broom? You look like a Hayao Miyazaki anime.
Yeah, but getting back to this.
You get it back to this. The point is this, you all. He would have dropped it yesterday, but the Cavs and the Warriors game got in the way. He wants undivided attention. Drake wants undivided attention. You're not going to get a back-to-back Drake in a response. Absolutely not. You're going to get a very angry Drake.
Also, let's talk about it. We said that technically Pusha T was actually supposed to drop another track on Thursday. How Chris Rock is involved with that.
Oh, well, Chris Rock was just saying, well, nigga, don't me, and when they all flew out to Wyoming, those are all industry insiders. Everybody has co-signed what is going on right now with the execution of the guards, changing the guards with the likes of moving Drake out of the way, allowing for good music to make their run. And then on the back end, said, who's to say if Jay-Z and Kanye West aren't cool again or not? That still allows for Jay-Z to breathe some more in that space and his Rock Nation and his title situation. Remember now, Jay-Z is getting spanked by the agencies. Jay-Z's been talking a lot of big shit, trying to move some shit around. I know people, like we said, there aren't really good guys. So let's get that off the table. Because niggas always like, well, Jay-Z the devil, this, that. You don't have no good guys in the industry. You have anti-heroes. You have people who are good. I mean, not good, but
bad.
you have bad, and then you just
have evil.
You have evil,
And,
right? You have some rogue motherfuckers who are just trying to eat.
Yeah, and we're going to, and the evil, when we say evil, we're talking about people who do sex trafficking. We're talking about pedophiles. We're talking about rapists when we say evil. Bad, that means you do fucked up business moves to people. Stealing their rights or shit like that. That's what we put in the category of bad. And anti-hero doesn't mean you're a good guy either. You fuck people over, but you try to do good or try to give those people something back later on.
You fuck people over who got it coming to them.
Exactly.
I mean, to a degree.
Like a Deadpool.
The Scarface was a hero.
Yeah, it's like a
no women and children.
Yeah, Scarface, Deadpool, that's Spawn. Those are anti-heroes. Bad guys will be like a man. He does fucked up shit, but he's not going to do anything to though, right? But he'll screw somebody over, steal their money, all that. And then we got evil, which we said is the pedophiles and all those type of people.
That's all that other
Those
shit.
all those type of people in the industry.
But make damn sure that for Pusha T to drop the fucking goddamn story of Adidon on a fucking full moon with the strength. That nigga was working with Pusha T is the nigga force personified. And he used the nigga force and amplified that shit under a full moon. He dropped it on the 29th, which is a full moon, and that shit was strong. That shit got white folks. They got white kids, you all. Think about this. They got white kids who mamas sit down and watch Ellen every day calling Drake a dead daddy. You got the people who are on the backside of Drake trying to put out the blitzkrieg of the campaign trying to tell people, no, Drake has been paying for the child since it was born. And from what we're told, the Entertainment Tonight Hollywood space, Drake is also in that space because that's where he's trying to transition to as well. Remember, Drake was supposed to transition into acting. He was supposed to move on beyond hip-hop right now. But what Pusha T did, what this orchestrated effort, because Pusha T is just a fucking assassin. I'm telling you. That motherfucker's fed information. He's still fucking around with Drake. Talking about Drake is trying to use $100,000 to find shit on me, blah, blah, blah. Those are baked tweets. They're fucking with Drake right now. Their goal,
he has leaks in his that he has not identified.
Drake can't control that shit. He's bleeding all avenues. The only thing Drake can do is have the publicists and the campaign and the marketing team and his firms put out information in the media, the old dinosaur media, which new niggas don't watch, to say, you know, at the least to explain to the Ellen DeGeneres lovers that, oh, no, Drake isn't a deadbeat. I don't know what this Pusha T guy's talking about, but he's been paying for the baby. Look, you got white suburban kids calling Drake a deadbeat. You got kids in other countries calling Drake a deadbeat father.
They are Ghana.
Yeah, I think the implications of this for a lot of hip hop heads and traditional or casual rap listeners are not understanding how far this reverberates. So
Max Evans said Drake needs to fake his own death.
He gonna have to move to Cuba. He gonna have to fake his own death. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, that's funny.
I mean, but that is really what's taking place, and we're just letting you all know. You know, just kind of look at things from a larger perspective, because some of you all are stuck on just the name basis.
If Drake didn't shoot his load in a porn star, and she is a porn star, they've been clean her up on the media and circuit and all that, but she is a porn star. Everybody has receipts about that. But here's the problem. Drake has leaks in his camp. The dude is done. He got leaks everywhere. Everything.
Pause right there.
Everything he does, someone reports back to the media or somebody in the Good Music, Rock Nation, and other camps that are against him.
Saying pause right there. Come on now. We know information because of a fucking leak in his camp.
Yeah.
And that's on us. We ain't bullshit. Drake has a lot of leaks in his camp.
From his eyes, leaking from his armpits. I mean, leaks on leaks on leaks on
this
leaks on leaks.
This motherfucker is flopping on the damn shore like a fish. Drake, if you're listening, nigga, you got a lot of leaks in your camp, playboy. All right, I'm not a part. We ain't no affiliates of Hot 97, the Breakfast. We ain't none of them niggas. All right, so we fucking free.
And we're not for you either, because I don't like the whole abortion shit.
Yeah, so we just let you know, tactically, you got a lot of leaks in your fucking camp.
We talking about we like people who make dope strategy. And if they finish Drake off, I got to give applause to Jay-Z. Man, give applause to Jay-Z.
This is why this nigga's been around for so long. Y'all got to respect it.
Got to respect that.
You got to respect it.
Looking, we all to analyze on strategy, because like we said, there's no good guy in the industry. We just like to look on strategy. And on strategy, Hove, Kanye, Pusha, all of them. That whole fucking king, everybody involved.
It's a coup d'etat.
Great.
This is a coup d'etat. They are overthrowing. This is a fucking mutiny right now, you all. This is a mutiny. All right? They are overthrowing the ship. All right? What was that scene with Orlando? Was it Orlando Jones in, what was it, The God Show? Mm-hmm. When he told the slaves to overthrow the ship?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now. All of the niggas, the important niggas have decided to mow green Drake right now.
Drake can't make any moves.
He can't. He's crippled.
Every time people know when his diss track is gonna come out. People know he spent $100,000 to try to get information on Pusha T that he will not find.
That's why they sent in Pusha T.
People know everything that Drake is doing, every single thing, and you know what? Drake is done, because when you can't rely on your team. And then the person you like the most, Pusha T, put that dagger in you when he said he can die tomorrow. He got MS. 40 may die tomorrow.
40 hunched over looking like he 80.
Drake cannot think. When you are paranoid about who is in your camp, when you're firing people left and right, when the guy who's closest to you may die tomorrow, and he got a debilitating disability.
I don't think it's... is terminal. I don't think
But
MS is terminal.
the fact
I'm not
that
that familiar with it, but it is debilitating.
he can Drake has nowhere to go. He has no one to rely on at this point. And he is mentally screwed right now because everything he does. I mean, when he shit on the toilet, somebody's reporting back to the camp of Rock Nation, Good, and everybody else what's going on. Ain't nothing that dude can do.
Who are you bringing a party next door for? What he gonna do in this shit?
Party next door maybe snitch. Did you hear what Party Next Door said?
Wait a minute, let's pause right there. You niggas brought up Party Next Door and Pusha T is operating in the nigga force?
Let me tell you why.
Let
me tell you why Party Next Door can't help. Party Next Door may be one of the people snitching too. Drake don't trust Party either.
Drake
Remember when Work came out and Party Next Door was kind of salty about it?
You sound like he wanted to turncoat.
Because Drake kept telling everybody he made the song and shit like that, and he gave it to Rihanna, and then they did the track. And Party was salty about that because that was his track. He did the whole track and song and shit. All Drake did was lip as the boss of Party and took that shit and a hit for him and Rihanna.
And think about this, you all. Pusha T said something. That's why I said this sadistic motherfucker. Pusha T, you are the Riddler, my nigga. You are Assassin's Creed Pusha T. All right? He went in to finish the job. That's all. That's all. Pusha T don't give a fuck like that. He don't flinch in interviews. And Pusha T is a troll. When he was sitting up Funkmaster Flex, that nigga was trolling the fuck out of Drake. Here's the thing about it, though. Pusha T said there's layers. So for all of you all that say, wait, man, Drake come back. Number one, even if he comes back in the sense of music, his image is fucked.
That would be the same.
Let's go to Summer Jam. When goddamn Jay-Z put Prodigy, rest in peace to a legend, but goddamn, when Jay-Z put Prodigy on that Summer Jam screen, Prodigy was able to move forward, but moving forward, any further engagements that Prodigy got into it with another rapper, the first thing they said, nigga, you had a pink tutu on.
And that's not even as bad as this.
Right.
Because he could defend himself with that shit.
Pusha T and the conspirators behind this have gave all the niggas in rap music a blueprint to how to destroy this nigga Drake. That's what they did. Remember, Meek Mill, let's say arguably, Meek Mill could have easily dethroned Drake. At the least put Drake on his back. Did Nas dethrone Drake and did Nas dethrone Jay-Z permanently? No. Was it enough to kind of throw Jay-Z off? Yes.
Because it was just based off music. It wasn't nothing personal.
Right. So that would have been the onslaught of what had taken place if Meek Mill actually delivered. But here's the issue, though. Meek Mill didn't know how to digest the elephant that's as big as Drake. You got to deal with Drake and his fans.
Jay-Z underestimated Drake at that time,
too.
The
power of Drake.
Yeah, because at that time, we have to realize the climate. Like, Jay-Z moved Meek Mill. Jay-Z put the battery in Meek Mill back to go after Drake, right? But they thought that, I'm just going to get the street dude.
Don't work
Meek.
that way.
They just thought bars to bars, get it over with, mess up Drake that way, and moving on. That they realized they had to go with a different game plan when Meek was embarrassed around the world with back-to-back.
And also the backlash of it could have led to, I mean, the perception of Meek Mill was so bad. You had politicians in Canada making jokes about Meek Mill. And then next thing you know, we saw what happened. Oh, Meek Mill ends up in jail, blah, 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 right? Meek Mill is out. But Pusha T, you understand this. For all of you, and again, we for the most part, we're neutral with all of this shit. We're just observing, and the information that's being told to us, we're not revealing any fucking names or any shit like that, but they have heard the shit, and there are leaks in Drake's camp as well. That is a fact. Shit is bad. But here's the thing about it. Drake was been able to dance around after Meek Mill. After Meek Mill, niggas really was like, damn, I guess Drake can't be fucked with. I guess, I mean, you can call him corny all you want, but you can't fuck with him. What Pusha T did, for all of you fans, you staunch Drake fans, they're like, nah, man, he gonna come back. No, Pusha T gave niggas the blueprint.
And because
he gave them the blueprint.
Pusha T is too. We have to be fair to me, because I do think on this one, people are overly doing Meek in. Meek wasn't sure if he wanted to go after Drake or not. He went on Twitter. He put the information out there because, again, he was moved as a P strategist, Jay-Z. He wasn't sure if he wanted to go against Drake, not because he thought Drake would crush him, because he just didn't feel no emotion or passion to get rid of Drake.
Stop it right there real quick. And when he went after with Cassidy, he had emotions in that battle. Exactly.
So he didn't really care. So that's why the next day after he put that information out on Twitter, he goes on tour with Nicki, and Meek goes on stage and then he states, "Leave Drake alone. Let that man be that man." Mm-hmm. Because Meek Mill heart wasn't in it at the time until he got dragged by Drake with Back to Back, and then saw whatever sympathy and empathy that got in Meek's way. I was going after Drake did what he did with Back to Back, and then also with Drake with Meek Mill in his personal life. And here's something else to remember: Jay-Z also felt bad about what happened because he sent Meek Mill out there kind of half-assed, to be honest with you. He did. He sent Meek Mill half-assed without any passion or emotion to really get rid of Drake. So, this is why you see also like Jay-Z really backing Meek Mill and trying to get him out of bad situations that took place with Meek going to prison and them having to go to Robert Kraft to get Meek Mill out.
Some people bringing up Jay Prince. I'm not going to go too far in that man's business, but I will say this. As it stands right now in a coup d'etat, they don't care about Jay Prince like that. If it's one nigga, Jay Prince was able to put out a warning shot when Diddy did what he did. You can focus on one nigga. It's hard to focus when people with power have made an agreement behind the scenes to get rid of your nigga. All right? Your blackface nigga. And I'm just being real with y'all.
Blackface Drake.
Blackface Drake. Let's get him the fuck up out of here. By the end of the summer, we do not want to see this nigga at the top of the charts. So, Jay Prince, will there be some repercussions maybe on the back end? Possibly. It won't be directly by Pusha T. It won't affect him like that. But will there be some shit? You all some residual street shit, all right? Just like we got Tekashi running around here talking about saying fuck Chief Keef. All right, nigga. If you ever got to land in Chicago, you know what's up.
You saw, what's her name, walk up and left?
Yeah, she got her ass up out of there.
She got her ass up quick.
See, think about that.
When she was like Chief Keef.
Fuck Chief Keef, fuck Reese.
He was just naming everybody in Chicago.
I mean,
Tekashi a dumbass.
Hey, man, wouldn't that be ironic to have something happen to Tekashi by way of Chirac niggas and giving his nigga in his corner, one DJ Academic got his props off the Chirac shit? I'm telling y'all, boy, the spirit.
Academics, you better be careful. Make smarter moves.
You better distance yourself, nigga.
You better make smarter moves, my nigga.
You better distance yourself, Academics. I'm just telling you, nigga. You better distance yourself. Tekashi, it ain't what you think it is, nigga. I got folks out there. Them niggas are serious. They are very serious, okay? Moving on beyond that, again, folks, all of this is just simply a coup d'etat. Because a lot of people's like, yo, where did all of this come from? Come on, it's been happening in front of our eyes. When they started in on Nicki Minaj overtly, yeah, it's been going on since when Push doing Exodus and all that other shit. But let's be real, is incapacitated by way of himself. He's battling a lot of shit behind the scenes.
And depression.
And
financial issues.
Yeah, come on, man. There's a lot of shit.
And he's a prisoner to Baby. Let's make that clear. He's a prisoner to Baby. He's Baby's hoe. He's Baby's hoe.
So, it's been happening in front of our eyes. When the campaign started against Nicki Minaj, that's why she said what she said. And I agree with the big-headed girl. She said, look, it's just everybody's coming against me. This is like they want to bring me down. I said, you know what? She may have a point. Now that we look at everything in totality, this has all been an effective campaign. And the same associations are going back to the same people. Good music, Rock Nation. Good music, Rock Nation, Extension, Jay-Z, Kanye West. What's with this war between Drake and Kanye West? Why was Drake shopping for beats? He couldn't get no beats from Kanye West? You said it when you responded to Pusha T that you did some writing for the other side of the tracks. You mean to tell me that Kanye West couldn't give you a fucking way beat?
And another thing to also bring in here, like we said, there's no good guys, so don't try to make us feel empathy or sympathy for Drake, because we don't. Dude was, and it was confirmed, he was out there pressuring women physically with goons to get abortions. So all the women who was like riding on the wave of Drake, y'all are silly. That's all I want to say. Y'all silly. But I'm moving past that. Like we said, we ain't rooting for nobody. We're talking about the energy and what's going on here.
Let me just tell you what it is. Same people, Pusha T, Rick Ross came out with a track, an effective track that we called it a love letter. But he went after Baby and Slim and all of them niggas over there. You think about that. You got Rick Ross taking shots at the heads, and then Pusha T say, I'm going to go for the head over here when it comes to Drake. And then we had Remy Ma completely, for the most part, slow down the train. Again, think of the commonality between both artists. What did people argue against Pusha T and Remy Ma? The people who were in favor of Nicki Minaj and who were in favor of Drake. What did they say? Well, Remy Ma's irrelevant. She washed up. Pusha T is irrelevant. Don't nobody care about Pusha T. But both of these high lyrical caliber MCs were able to get a job done that other people couldn't get done.
And they could create their own Drake. It's not hard to do. Let's be real.
They've created them before.
They get light-skinned, brown-skinned, dark-skinned, attractive guy who does R&B and rap. There's a lot of black men that does R&B and rap. And they can put him out there. Let's not act like it's hard to do. So y'all don't even know who's manufactured anyway. So people could put another Drake together like Mr. Potato Head and keep it moving.
Yeah, so it's very interesting that even the likes of Game, and I understand Game had issues recently with the passing of his father, respectfully so. But, I mean, YG, nigga, Nipsey Hussle, to me, arguably has had the best rap album this year. Nothing. I mean, think about that. A lot of people are silent. Silent niggas in the room right now. Also, Pierre, we appreciate you, Pierre, says here, why does Drake keep ducking the smoke with Kendrick Lamar? Well, we're going to give you your Pimp C shout.
Support us.
Financial backers and the crackers. Know what I'm talking about?
It seems like you want to speak on that, Sin.
Yeah, I was going to say, at this point, it's irrelevant, but it just shows you another me that Drake created, just to put it simple. And that's why yes. Kendrick, if you see, Kendrick has been very supportive quietly behind the scene of XXXTentacion, almost moving as a guardian angel for that dude. I'm being honest. He helped keep XXXTentacion music on Spotify. Everybody knows that Drake stole that track from XXXTentacion.
I don't even know who the guy's name. I think his name is like, what was it? XXXTentacion.
Kendrick isn't a part of, necessarily, he's not a part of taking Drake down, but he's happy about it. Being honest,
well,
Drake,
he's not upset about it.
Kendrick is happy about this. TD's happy about this.
I took a sensitive rapper back in his pajamas.
Yeah, so, they're in, first of all, we should already know because Kendrick was sending subliminals at Drake saying, you ain't no fucking Jay-Z. Now, let's be...
sharing bars like I got a two-man sale. Two-man sale.
Now, remember, of course, Kendrick is loosely affiliated with a camp that's not necessarily in favor of Jay-Z, and that what we mean by that is like Jimmy Iovine. Jimmy Iovine is not in favor of a Jay-Z, but this is a but. TDE as a camp, they respect Jay-Z, and Kendrick is still at the end of the day someone who loves hip-hop. So he does not like someone he perceives as sensitive, as a biter, as someone stealing from little dudes, all these things, right? So he's going to come in and stand by Jay-Z on this one.
All right. And also, Dr. Lele, we appreciate you very much here. The sister says, give her a Pimp C shout out. Backers and the crackers, now I'm talking about. She says, man, y'all, I got to go get some dinner, keep up the gaming. This has been an eye-opening topic on multiple levels. That's all we want y'all to do, folks.
We appreciate that.
The discussions we have with people in the industry, we're not talking about no fucking rapper. We're talking about fucking engineers. We're talking about music. We're talking about fucking... We talking about motherfuckers that are right there in the fucking room. Drake, nigga, got a lot of leaks in your camp. Your shit looking like Swiss cheese over there. How do I know this shit? And I'm not a part of Hot 97. I'm not sitting in front of Charlemagne, sitting out. We're not talking to none of these niggas. You know? But you know what's up. But what we're saying here, and I want to say this real quick, Sam, before you get into what you got to get into. This is the difference, you all, of cultivating relationship. Let's make this clear. Drake has initiated relationships with a lot of artists in the industry, but he's not really cultivated them in a healthy manner.
Not at all.
Jay-Z, for as long as he's been in the industry, he cultivating relationships. He can always go back to, yo, let me talk to you for a minute, man. We got some things we're about to do right now.
And,
Drake
yep.
has a lot of people.
A lot of people.
A lot of people. What did Tom Sizemore's character in American Gangster tell Denzel Washington? You could have slighted somebody in passing, not even know it. Drake has been doing a lot of sliding in passing right now. Okay? So he has so many in the water that as it stands right now, nobody's even speaking on his behalf.
Oh, yeah. Also, another thing I will also say is, guys, I don't think, I know a few of you just said in the chat room, no, black women don't go for guys just because they're light-skinned. They go for anyone who gives them, like, any demographic or base. What I will say, though, is they need to stop allowing themselves to be played and fooled by dudes who are just trying to pander to them only because they want the money and cash and stuff, and they're not really into them, you know. As really into black women, meaning valuing them as a demographic, because we got some people who do value black women demographic, and then we got people who are using black women as a demographic. So black women have to get on their A game and understand which category are these people in. Also,
I want to go ahead and transition to the Playboy Brandon Burr, had a moment there, but he said, smell lyrical hunting expedition place.
Support us.
I'm gonna tell you very quick, Brandon.
Financial backers and the crackers, know what I'm talking about?
What we're saying, this is a coup d'etat. This is a mutiny. This is a very strategic attack on Cash Money, Birdman, Nicki Minaj, Slim, and last but not least of fucking all, Drake. All right? Drake is the final level, all right? And I'll be goddamn, they sent in a heart killer like Pusha T. I want to go back to what you said, something you erected a little bit of conversation saying. Let's be honest, Meek has a heart. Now, is he perfect? Fuck no. Who the fuck is in that industry? To be honest with you, that's the difference between us and everybody else. We don't look at everybody like good guys and bad guys. It is what it is, niggas. All right, that's what y'all in. Y'all got to do what the fuck you got to do. So you're going to have to cross a few bitches in the end, right? But Meek Mill does have a heart. And when he was on stage in Philly the next day after he shared those tweets, nah, y'all let that man breathe. I remember being at a Nas concert when I was younger, and I could tell Nas and Jay-Z were about to patch things. When he played the snippet of Ether, the crowd was like, fuck Jay-Z. And Nas was like, nah, that's my brother, blah, blah. I said, okay, well, some point in time down the line, these niggas gonna stand on stage with each other. Meek Mill was already at that point after he dropped the tweets about Drake. Now, let him live. But then when you sending a nigga like Pusha T, who doesn't give a fuck.
He don't.
Pusha T, that's the difference between everybody else. Tory Lanez was like, I want some smoke with. Then he backed out because he started thinking about shit. He felt nervous. Nah, I'm all right. I don't want to be seen as a hater. This, that, and third. Everybody else who tried it, they all backed out, right? The game at one time was kind of getting hot with Drake, but the game does have a heart. Let's be honest. He pulls back, and some people get on like, yo, game, you can kind of sit, because he got a heart about certain shit. Pusha T, for this particular assignment, this nigga no heart. He is here to execute an order, and that's what he does. Remy Ma didn't have a fucking heart when it came to Nicki Minaj. She was there to execute an order. So, again, when we step and look at this shit, instead of talking about double-headed snakes and fucking pyramids and videos, you motherfuckers need to look at what the real order is. All right? The different orders in hip-hop is you got these who's fighting for power. And now there is an agreement behind the scenes to get Drake the fuck up out of here. Send his ass back to Canada and his baby packed.
Also, want to give a shout out to the Black Detour. Everybody check out theblackdetour.com. Great articles. They support black businesses. Also, blackspot.com and Blackspot TV. Check them out. Support. Go ahead. Okay. And I was you was something you was about to say? Okay. Another thing that I do want to bring up though while we're discussing this anyway is that everybody has to not too much, I guess, eggs in these people, too much of their emotions and stuff. Don't be a groupie. I agree with what Mikey said. Don't be a groupie. Don't be a Jay-Z. Don't be a groupie whatsoever. You know, if Jay-Z is really about something solid pertaining to black unity, something, whether you agree with him all the way or not, I will be supportive of that. If Drake was really about something black collective, I would be like, okay with that, but he's not. I'm 100% sure that Drake isn't, and I question mark with Jay-Z because I don't know these people. We don't know none of these people, right? We just know certain things about this drama that's taking place. So don't put too much of your energy in these people running camps. If you're not a part of their camps, then
you're not related to them.
You're not
fuck up.
You're not related to
them.
Have
a tall glass of shut the fuck up and be like us. A lot of people accuse us of being haters, but no, it's not that. It's just that we're not boxers. We're not dick riders. We're not clit riders. You know, we of these celebrities, all right? We're not in their face like that. We don't care. Some of it is what it is. I'm not vying for none of them in that sense, and I'm not trying. Cool, people get out. Fine, appreciate it. Whatever. Moving on, though. All right, so, again, this is definitely a classic setup. Infrared was a bait trap. Drake got out there very happy. He was uncomfortable in the space, but I don't think Drake long-term saw anything coming out of it, right? He didn't really see that there was a story of Adidon. Drake didn't really see that, yo, you know what? There's a campaign. There's a concerted effort against me. But then again, to give it to Blackface Drake, he did allude on his 30 for 30 freestyle that the higher-ups are trying to send for me. He did allude to it periodically.
I did. He just didn't know details.
He knows now.
He knows now.
Yeah, all right. He knows now. I mean, I'm just telling you, he definitely knows
son,
now.
Where'd you find this?
So, y'all heard it here first. We appreciate the many people who showed up to the chat, and I'm sure many motherfuckers are going to bite this talking point and act like it's theirs. We understand source. We know what the fuck we're talking about. And Drake, because of the spot he's been placed in, he is going to go for a Hail Mary kamikaze assault against the good music building.
And we also have people in the industry listening and tuning in right now, too.
So it is what it is.
It is what it is. Like,
so,
everybody,
whatever, man.
You know, everybody's listening. You know, different people tune in. So we do have people in the industry listening to us, too. And make no mistake that some of the talking points we said here tonight will be reverberated back to other camps and other people as well.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Because it's the internet.
It's the internet, baby.
Nobody,
you know what time it is.
Nobody is beyond reach, which is why you have to be careful with anything you put out on the internet, be it Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Blackspot TV, anything you put out there. Just remember to be responsible and remember that you have to back up whatever you say or said. You know, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. You're gonna have to be responsible for own words and stand by what you said. You got some people saying, can we call in? You want to give a few, like maybe 4 or 5?
I like how clean this stream is. Y'all understand? Like, I like this. I don't need no J.R. Smith niggas on the phone fucking up the flow. Some of y'all niggas, I'm gonna say no, folks. I'm gonna say no.
All right.
I'm gonna say no right now. We want this to be clean all the way through.
We'll have a second. Well, it's just going to be call-ins from the very beginning.
After Drake diss drops.
When the Drake diss drop, we'll have call-ins so y'all can talk about this stream and so y'all can talk about the diss track from Drake. And we'll let y'all call in on that one because this one was a clean one. I don't want it to get convoluted. That's a good point by Prince. E33, you can call in tomorrow when we do our live stream, and we got our new mixer coming in as well. So
yeah, man. Because
we're gonna be playing that background music and everything.
Y'all pay attention to the type of Drake y'all gonna get. And will Drake completely be done? No, but will he be completely strong? No.
So a couple of things I want to say before we close out. Go to www.thoughtcrimesworld.com. Again, www.thoughtcrimesworld.com. Don't forget to hit that like button. We got a lot of people viewing. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure also in the description box we have our PayPal account so you could donate there. Also to our Tunnel Vision, www.tunnelvision.net. We have the Circle of Power, the Implementation of Silence, where you can for it, rent it for $4.99. We also have The Origin of Zombies. You can check that out as well for $4.99, or you can join monthly so you can just watch everything, because we have more documentaries coming on there as well. And also, we got more animations coming up too. We got a lot of content that's ready for y'all. And Prince is getting his super laptop at the end of this month. So we're going to be double timing the animation, double timing
videos,
so many
content,
things. So many
audio.
things.
All right. Also, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You got it. Continue.
Black Spot TV, check it out.
There you go.
But this is just a soft landing right now. There's a lot of revamping, so many dope things that are going to be taking place. It seems that we will not say now, but stay tuned, because in the upcoming months, things are going to be revamped, and y'all going to be seeing some cool shit.
All right, and before we get out of here, we're going to finalize, children, what we went over today. All right? We went over the fact that it's a coup d'etat, and this has been going on in front of our eyes ever since what we saw take place overtly with Nicki Minaj. She was attacked on the lyrical side by Remy Ma, who is lyrically superior to her in that regard, and an effective crippling track, Sheether, which down in hip-hop history. And then on the pop side, the Migos of all niggas. Even Nicki said, "That's my babies. I couldn't believe it." The Migos of all niggas, they said, we're going to push Cardi. Atlantic Records said, this is what we're going to do. We had all these industry...
Because the OGs has spoken.
Everything was
so
spoken.
You have no babies, Nicki.
Did you see Jay-Z bless her baby? Anyway, boy, after a crippled Nicki Minaj, she can sell her units. Her little video, I still think is definitely one of her best videos. It can still trend very well online. It's still doing good. It is what it is. Nicki will always be able to tour. She can eat. But after crippled Nicki Minaj is moved out of the way, now we can go for Drake. And we send in a killer nigga who's heartless.
And I will say
like
this.
Pusha T to get the job done.
If Drake was a good person, I would feel bad for him. But I'm going to say it once again. I do not feel sorry for Drake. Is it fucked up that he was invited into those black parties as being part of Black Excellence and got stabbed? I guess so, but it's not like he's an innocent guy himself.
It's all on the back end of what Drake has been doing as well.
Exactly.
And many of his exploits are well known and not known.
What you call it? Blowback.
That's all that is, shawty.
It's a political blowback. It's also used in politics, like what takes place with the destabilizing the Middle East. It's like what we talked about even with politics. You will get blowback. Whatever action you create, you will get a reaction.
There you go. Now, if you ever study geopolitics, the Brzezinskis and the Soroses, and listen to what Chomsky has stated and Chris Hedges with inverted totalitarianism, baby, it's multi-fuckery on all levels, all right? So best believe you all, this is a coup d'etat, this is a concerted effort, and it will continue on until Drake is completely done. And after he does what he does, that allows for Pusha T and the rest of those people within certain camps to respond. And notice there is a complicit of silence right now throughout the industry. Anyway, folks, we do appreciate you all for listening here on this fantastic live stream.
Hit that like button, just like Ramon and me stated, even you industry niggas, hit that like button too.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Don't just us with hidden views. Also hit that like button.
There you go. So we're gonna get up out of here. And as for Drake, homie, it's a dark-skinned summer. You're gonna have to make it work.
Lord, give me a sign.
All right, this is your man Savage Solomon,
and this is your girl Sincere,
and we peace.
What business are you in?
I make my bread and butter. I'm pushing.
What business are you in?
I make my bread and butter. I'm pushing.
What business are you in?
I make my bread and